Hello, hello, hello. How are you? It is Wednesday, which means we have another free with purchase class today. Today we are going to be using the Meandering Meadow Suite, which we've used before, but we're going to use it again. But before we get totally started, I just want to remind everybody that the last chance sale is still on. We will be continuing that through the end of January 3rd. At the end of that, any of the discontinuing products that are still available will be gone. Some of them may reappear in a clearance rack refresh and somewhere down the road, maybe a year, maybe more, possibly sooner, but probably not so much. But if there's something that you haven't gotten yet that you really want, you should get it now rather than wait and take the risk. Some of the sales items are still there, and a few of the papers are still there, but a lot of the papers are already gone. I know that A Walk in the Forest is on low inventory as far as the papers go. Merry Christmas, Them Bones, uh, Garden or Modern Garden, I think is the paper, either that or Garden Walk. Those papers are definitely still available, as is the specialty Joy paper. I'm not 100% sure that that's the complete name, but it's the one with the shiny musical notes on the red paper, and then it has three other designs. One of them is a foiled green plaid, which is really pretty, and it's got a um, gold wood tone on white, and then I think the other one has got little red flowers on white, and then there's some shiny gold in that too. Anyways, those are the papers I know for sure are still available from the mini catalog. In addition, we do have the celebration happening. We are going to be starting full on with the new catalog and celebration next Wednesday. I still can't open them, but from January 4th through February 29th, you will be able to purchase items in $1,500 increments to get other items for free. And I'm going to show you some of those items today, or at least items or cards made from some of those items today. And then January 4th through I think the first couple of days in May, you'll be able to order from this mini catalog. And in April, the last chance items from that will start. Wish I could open them to show you, but I can't, so I won't. So there is a bundle that for $100 purchase you can get for free. That is the bundle that made these cards. Also, some of the paper is from other items. So it's a softly, let me see. It's a softly sophisticated. So for a $100 order, you can get both the stamp set and this embossing folder. And those were used to make all four of these cards. The stamped images were from that stamp set, and these three cards also used that embossing folder. This paper are definitely from the softly stippled, and I'm not 100% sure where this paper came from, but those are some cards using that option from Celebration. We have another Celebration item that uses the Trusty Tool bundle, which is coming up in the mini catalog. It's dies and stamps. And in Celebration, for $50 purchase, you can choose to get the Trusty Tools paper, which has these tools that you can die cut and fussy cut. And it's got like this paper that you can make a Craftsman toolbox. It's got grid paper. It's got paper with hammers. And then this was actually just made with the back of a designer series paper, but using the stamps to create the paintbrush background on it. So those are 4 cards made with the Trusty Tools bundle and that paper, which I don't think it's Trusty Tools is the name of the paper, but it is a fun group of paper. And then finally, the Jungle Pals. You can get the Jungle Pals stamp set with a $50 purchase. And then there's also a die set that will cut out all 5 of these animals and some other fun things that are going to be on the cards I'm going to show you. And if you want the dies, you can get those with a $100 purchase. So if you had a $150 purchase, you can get both the Jungle Pals and the dies and get host rewards. So you'd be getting at least $15 in free product as well. We use paper from both the Mostly Adorned and the Sunny Days paper. Oh, let me get that off. Be easier that way. All right. And so there's the toucan, the alligator or crocodile, the sloth, and the tiger. So this, and I think this one for sure is Sunny Days. This is a Mostly Adored paper. Both of those are celebration options that you can get with a $50 purchase. And these two are from the stippled or softly stippled paper, which matches up with the Stippled Roses bundle. And I'll be using that one fairly early on in January, February to show you some of those fun items that you can do with that paper and stamp set, as well as I will be showcasing all of the celebration products fairly early on. I'm looking forward to being able to open up the catalog and the celebration brochure and all of that fun. Okay, so a little bit more business to go. Below is a link to the host code. If you want to get the card supplies, the paper and embellishments to make today's cards, all you have to do is make a $35 purchase before shipping and taxes. Let me make myself bigger again. And then make sure I can see how to get a hold of you, because if I can't contact you or don't have your address, I won't be able to send these to you. But you'll get the paper and the embellishments to make 2 each of the 3 designs we're going to be doing today. You have to use the host code that's scrolling below, and it's also linked in the description. That attaches the order to me, and therefore I can go ahead and send that to you when you use that. If your order is going to exceed $150, don't use the host code, but go to my site and basically put in your order where you get the host rewards and make sure I'm the demo that's pictured there. My picture is on it, and it's Harmony Stamps is my site. And basically just put in your order for 150 or more. You can't get celebration items until January 4th. So for this week's item, you won't be able to earn any celebration products and get the make and takes for this week's class. But next week's class, you certainly will be able to. So I'm looking forward to that. Yay. Okay, that is that. I'm going to turn off the banner so that you don't have that scrolling. And then also in the description below is a link to my constant contact email list. I would love to help you stay up to date on all the things that I have going. So every week I'm going to send 1 to 3 newsletters, or 1 newsletter, and then there'll be a couple other, small emails, potentially 1 to 2 others. Just kind of letting you know what's going on, what classes I have happening that week, if a sale pops up, if the clearance rack refreshes. I want you to be able to know all of the stuff so that you can get the best value for your money when you're spending on my website. And also, if you see something that I'm doing and you want more, that's how you're going to find out more about it. And every week during the full-on newsletter, once a week, you will also get a PDF tutorial of how to make a card. So that's one of the amazing benefits to getting that to email. And it's using current product. It's not, I'm not going to be sending tutorials with product that has already um, been discontinued. There we go. Oh my goodness. All right. So that's all the business I think I have. I'm going to go ahead and switch back to this camera, and I'm going to remove, well, no, I switched camera angles. Hopefully this is better. I did receive some wireless microphones, and I tried to get it set up, but it's not working yet. So hopefully by Sunday, I'll have that figured out. But that was one of my Christmas presents from my sister. Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate it. These are the cards we did with the Meandering Meadow Suite before. I love the paper. It is absolutely beautiful. And I just wanted to showcase the paper with these cards. And there's another one. Actually, I'm going to give this one to a friend of mine today. She just, her father had a traumatic brain injury on Christmas Eve. So I want to let her know I'm thinking of her. And then this was my special card I did on Sunday. It was a fun fold that I did with the suite. And today I don't have examples to show you of what I'm doing today, so we're just going to kind of get into it. But here's a couple other items I had put together when I showed you this bundle the last time. This is the wheelbarrow on some very vanilla cardstock, and I partially colored in. This is the water can stamped and colored on Berry Vanilla, and then this is the water can stamped on Basic Gray. I'm not sure where every other little bit I had put together is, but yeah, that's what I could find. We are going to be using this stamp set and these dies. And this bundle is in the online exclusive. It's not in any of our written catalogs, but it is online, and you can absolutely order that in order to go towards your $35. In fact, if you order the bundle, you're definitely going to hit your $35 to get that make and take. So this is the papers. They are beautiful scenic papers on one side, and on the back side we have just neutral, easy to use. Like this one has kind of a wood grain sort of feel to it. Then there's this beautiful one and a green kind of background. And then this one with another path and some beautiful flowers and some sky and more of a lemon lime color wash. And then we have this one with the red flowers in the foreground and the trees in the background, the mountains and sky. And then we have this, I think it's like between petal pink and maybe daffodil delight color wash. And then we have this beautiful path with the tree and mountains and skyscape. And that's a definitely pretty peacock color wash. And then we have these beautiful flowers in the foreground, trees, and other things in the background, and a different kind of, color wash. And then this one with the trees and the flowers and the mountains and a bit of sky, and that blueberry bushel color wash. And then, oh, I love these flowers. I definitely use these on another card and that path. And on the back is kind of reminiscent of sunset. And then we have these flowers in the foreground with trees. There's a fence, mountains and sky. And then these flowers on the back. And then the front is another landscape scene. And on the back is more of a skyscape scene. Or you could even do it this way and have darkening sky on the top. So there's a variety of different ways you can do it. And then our final page has this landscape scene and more sky, but this one's a lighter sky. So that's all of the papers. Those are currently still available as well. There is a ribbon. It's a pecan pie or is it striped? I'm not sure. To me, it looks more like a dash. And it's on Very Vanilla. And so that's the ribbon, and that's still available. The one thing that is no longer or not currently available is these beautiful dragonflies and birds. They will be back in stock hopefully by February 5th. So when you order the make and takes, I believe I have enough for everybody. If not, I will be substituting the brushed brass butterflies. Okay. So let's start with the very first card. I've already pre-cut the paper. So I have your basic card stock layer, and I'm going to, oh, it's kind of hard to line up and see the edges when it's white. There we go. I think we're there. Go up to the top, and then use my bone folder and give a nice crease. Okay. 4. I carefully arranged everything, and now I'm not sure where. Ah, there we go. Where my seal is. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this designer series paper on my black cardstock layer, balancing side to side, and it should be even on top and bottom, and it is. I also have this basic white cardstock layer that has already been embossed with the 3D embossing folders that are also an online exclusive. And we're going to adhere that to the card base itself. And because it is embossed and has more texture, I do like to have a little bit more adhesive on it. And that's going to have just a even border on every side, just like that. All right, and then I'm going to adhere this to the embossed layer. There. And this is going to be centered side to side, and it's going to be even top and bottom with that embossed layer. This is going to be what we're going to stamp on. This is from the Stylish Shapes dies. We're going to use Memento ink, and we're going to use the I Can't Imagine Having a Better Friend stamp. I haven't used this one yet, so I'm going to, because it's basic black, I'm going to kind of rub it first and just make sure I have good coverage, and then I'm going to tap. Get the ink on. I'm going to wipe off my thumb because it definitely is got some ink on it. And then I'm going to line it up towards the right side. And there we go. We are going to use our snips and just make a straightish line. You can use your trimmer if you want. Just cut straight down, get that end off. Stick that there, and we're going to put this up on dimensionals. And then we're going to line it up right here on the edge of the cardstock. Let that path come through a bit. Oh, it would help if I took the backing off, right? All right, I guess I can do that. So about there. And then we're going to put a couple or 3, let me figure out. We're going to put 2 of the birdies, 1 of each kind of bird. And there it is. So I'm going to have my diving type bird about there. I guess I'm going to have him diving or shooting up. He's like going to find some flies. And then I'm going to get the other kind of bird and have it down here also flying up. And so that is our first card. You can do the inside any way that makes you happy. And there it is. Like, I know I had another piece. So we're going to fold our Highland Heather piece of cardstock in half. Once again, I'm just kind of lining it up and then going down the center. I'm going to get my bone folder and sorry for all the clicky. That does happen with the glass. All right. So we are going to adhere this to the bubble bath. Layer. I'm going to evenly disperse it so that I have some of that lovely pink showing on all sides. And then I'm going to adhere this to the card base. And make sure we're going in the right direction. I did not design these. I am simply following the directions from Rhonda Wade, is the person who I got this information from for doing these. All right, so now we're going to color our quail. And I need pecan pie, and then I need some granny apple green for the grass. So the top side, I'm going to go with dark. And because they're small, I'm just going to use the bullet tip of my blends. Now, obviously, I did a different coloration on the ones that I did. But, you know, this is just, you know, well, the females don't have a whole lot of color in any case. Usually in the bird kingdom, the female birds are usually more neutral tones, more lighter colored and not very colorful, because the males are colorful so that they can attract the females and have babies and continue on the species. That's their role primarily. I'm not going to get too fancy with the grass. I think I'm just going to go with the light and just add in some color at the bottom. I love the glass mat for this. All right, and then with Highland Heather, I'm going to stamp our sentiment, which is every day is a fresh start, on our hexagon label punch. I love this, that it just holds everything in place really well. And I'm going to put it up towards the top because I want space for my little quails to go. All right, we're going to put some adhesive on the back of the vellum. Can't really see which side is the right side, but I don't think it matters as much. And we're going to kind of place it about here. Okay. And then we're going to take our pecan pie striped ribbon And I'm going to kind of figure out how much I need. I'm gonna basically go like, oh, one more back this way. Okay. All right. So if I did that and that and all the way up there, baby. Sometimes it's not easy to get this ribbon the way you want it. All right. Cutting it at an angle. And then I'll angle the top as well. And I'm just going to use my glue dots to get that stuck down. Actually, I'm going to put some seal down here on it. All right. I'm going to go up and then down, up again, and down. There we go. And then I'm going to use my seal to put some adhesive on the back of my quail. And I'm going to put that on my sentiment. And then I'm going to put the sentiment up on dimensionals. Now, sometimes they don't like to let go of the paper on the underneath. You have to pull it off. Have to be mean. All right, I'm going to take the backings off. Just going to collect them all in one place so that at the end, I'm just going to throw it all away in one go. All right, so then I'm going to place this about there. And I'm going to close up this ink pad because I won't need it anymore. And then I'm going to put some dragonflies down. Assuming I can get one to come up. Come on, little guy. Now here, I got this one to come up. So I'm going to put this one right here. And see if I can't get this one to cooperate. And put him up here. And there is our second card. Our final card for today is a little bit more complex than the other two. And it's going to start with a basic white cardstock. All right. Now I pre-stamped and then die cut these items, and then I'll color them on camera just because it's easier than pulling out the whole thing. But all you have to do is stamp them and then die cut. You can color them while they're here on the paper first. That's up to you. I went ahead and used this copper clay paper to cut out the fence with the die cuts as well. I believe the original design used pecan pie, but this is what I had, so this is what I'm using. All right, so I'm going to want to have this attached to the inside of this. And because it is a little bit more fussy-ish, I'm going to use my liquid glue. I don't want extra glue coming out, but I want to make sure I'm getting enough glue in the right spots to adhere the designer series paper to this cardstock. And this was cut out with the dies as well. All right. Now I'm just going to lay it down on the paper and tap it down and then turn it over and really get the, because as you can see, I have some extra glue bits that there's just no way to be 100% accurate with things. So I'm going to put dimensionals on the back. And I'm going to make sure that they kind of go over the cardstock and the designer series paper at the same time. That just helps with the sticking of down and making sure that it's all good. All right. And I'm going to put a couple in the, there we go. For some reason, the ones closest to the edge are the ones that are the most likely to not want to cooperate. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take the backings off of these. And stick it down to the card base in the direction that was appropriate for opening, making sure I have some space on each side, just like that. And then I'm just going to go ahead and kind of stick this right in about there. And I am going to want some liquid glue for that. So I'm just barely squeezing the bottle. I don't have anything coming out yet, but now I have just a little bit coming out. And I'm going to go on the bigger parts, but I don't want a whole lot of glue. Really, the point here is to minimize the amount of glue so we don't have a lot of goosh when we go to put it down. So I've got a little bit on each end and those cross pieces. I'm just going to set it down here and drop it on just like that. And then I'm going to color these items with my blends. I have several blends to choose from that are recommended even. Not sure where that one disappeared to. Of course. It is the desk that eats everything, of course. That's the way it usually goes when you are on screen. So we'll just have to use, oh, no, it's right here, right in front of my face. All right, so we're going to do greens with the, yeah, this is the tip. Again, small areas, so I'm just going to use the bullet end tip. And this is the dark. There's not a lot of space to actually, you know, try and get too fancy with the coloring. So I'm just going to go right with dark. I'm going to start with light Daffodil Delight on these flowers. And yeah, that's too light, I suspected. So we're going to go to the dark and make sure I have the bullet tip. There we go, that's better. So apparently when I'm doing these teeny ones, I really am going to want to use my close-up glasses because I can't see very good. And that one has seen better days. So I'm going to do the light again over those top flowers. Just add some more color to it that way. And I'm going to go right with the dark Highland Heather for the lavenderish flowers. Not being super duper careful, similar to watercoloring, if you're in the right general area and you get enough saturation, you're good. Oh, I did miss a flower on this one though, so let's see if I can't get some of that out onto it. Let me grab my light one and add more that way. There we go. All right, so I'm going to use my mini dimensionals and pop those up on the cornery piece. I'm going to start with this guy because this one is going to go on the bottom. But I'm going to take the backings off of both just to make it easy for lineup for me. Because I'm going to want this about there. And this one is going to go under it just a little bit. Or should. Come on. There we go. And then we are going to end with a couple of dragonflies on this one as well. Using my take your pick tool to grab up those butterflies. And put one right about there. And one up in here. We have one more thing to do. We need to do our sentiment. We're going to be doing it in Memento black ink and our tuxedo black ink. So again, I'm going to kind of rub it on at first, and then I'm going to tap it until I get a good saturation of that black ink. And then I'm going to stamp it. And who doesn't need more birthday cards, especially right now? As we're going into the new year, that's a lot of what I'm going to be focusing on is birthday cards and thank you cards. Of course, we're going to get into some Valentine's cards and Easter cards and possibly even, well, I have an idea for some St. Patrick's Day cards too. Using the Sunny Days paper from Celebration. But we'll have to do those like late February because the Celebration paper will be gone after that. All right, so I'm going to I put 3 little mini dimensionals on this and I'm going to have it go across here. And that is our third and final card. We have the nice little fence with some flowers, the scene, and the happy birthday. Every day is a fresh start with the quail. And then I can't imagine having a better friend. So those are the 3 cards that we did today. And they are fun, easy, and pretty. I mean, who wouldn't want to receive these cards in the mail or in person? In person's fun too, trust me. I love in person. Okay, one other thing I wanted to show you is one of the ones we're going to be working with in the near future is the Be Mine Suite. I did this one for you guys on camera back in early November, right after I received the set. These bees are so fun, and the Be Mine paper is also fun to go with it. And it's got the little bee trail. Oh, you can't see it too well because it's in yellow, and so on the camera It's just not, oh, there you go. Now you can see it. The bee trail for the little bees fly in to go get some pollen from the flowers. And then, of course, he's delivering a nice little, heart flower to the lovely lady bee. And then this was something I received in a make and take uh, package. That was a 3D item that holds a full-sized chocolate bar of some kind, and it's got the bee paper, and then a bee, and the wings are punched out in the vellum. And then this little heart was also from the punch, but the little bees have antennae that go into those heart-shaped things on the punches, and it says "Be mine." So that's one of the sweets that we're going to be playing with in the near future as well. So as a reminder, if you want the make and takes, the paper products and embellishments to make all 3 of these cards times 2, so 2 of each design, all you have to do is click that link in the description and make an order of $35 or more on my website with that host code. Allow me to see your contact information and reach out to you so that I can mail you the paper and embellishments. You'll need to provide the stamps, the ink, and the adhesives, but everything else I will send along. For the punched items or die cut items, they will be pre-cut for you as well. So if you have any questions, please let me know. If you specifically like one design over another, I'd love to know which one you like. Personally, I like them all. I like the fact that there are some differences in how they are represented in the cards, and they're just all pretty. But I think if I were to pick a favorite, it would be this one, just because I love purple so much. Purple is one of my favorites. Anybody that knows me knows that is absolutely the case. All right. Well, it has been a great Wednesday. We are going to be back with a extra version using the same suite, and maybe even an extra card using something that is on its way out with the catalog, to recognize the new year, because Sunday is New Year's Eve, and that's going to be fun. So hopefully you have an amazing Wednesday, an amazing rest of the week, and I will see you again on Sunday. I'm Michelle with Harmony Stamps. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator.